How we doing today? How we doing? If you guys follow me on Twitter, you already know kind of what's going on, or not going on, right? There's nothing crazy, but you kind of know what happened for today. So make sure you go follow me on there. I post stuff on there, Diego B Trades. But if you don't want to follow me there, that's cool. We had a break-even day, and yeah, we'll kind of just go over what happened today, right? We went crazy. Not crazy, actually. I don't want to say that. I didn't do anything super, super crazy. But today is a very important day. And again, in the tweet, I talked about it. I'll read that in a second. Okay, this is not the micro chart. Let's see. Okay. But we ended up taking 3 trades early. Right here. We ended up taking 1 trade here, 1 trade here, and 1 trade here, and was down. And I'll kind of just go over the mindset that I was in after I was losing. And so let me just real quick read what I tweeted out because I think it's very important, right? I wrote down here, I said on the Twitter, I said, when traders talk about patience, it's not just a buzzword, it's something that you have to constantly focus on. Today was a prime example of lack of patience leading to mistakes / getting chopped up when I shouldn't be, which turned a great final trade into a recovery job. So I came into the day, and just clear this up, and then I'll go to the NQ chart. But when I come into the day, right, I knew that we had CPI, something like that. Man, my hair bothered me so much, dude. But coming into the day, we had this data high, right? We had, I think, CPI. I know what it was coming today. It's all the same, right? It doesn't really matter, hopefully. Normally, okay, what the heck? Normally this just works. Okay, here we go. We had PPI, core PPI. So we had red folder news, we get this data candle, and we just sell through, right? So we sell lower. So I'm always really zoomed in on these candles whenever we get data wicks. I'm always a lot more hyper aware of them. Shout out Dodgy for that. Because ever since then, I can't really look at them the same, right? You always see a setup towards them, really. It's kind of phenomenal. So going into the morning, I was just like, I woke up around, I started looking at the charts around here, like after the news candle, but I didn't really do anything about it because you want structure to build out. And then I ended up taking my first trade here, and that instantly lost. It didn't get to break even, which I was hoping that would just at least get to break even, and we don't get to break even. So this should have been my only attempt early, if I even take that trade. It was right before open. But that should have been my first attempt. I don't hate this. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Didn't get to break even. Even if it did, do I go break even? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But this is all right. It's not like the worst thing ever, but it's just not that good. And then after that, I ended up just taking 2 more trades. And one of them was, where was it? I'm pretty sure it was here, right? I went short on this candle because we inversed this. It's not a good trade. But sometimes when you take a loss, right, I'm way more likely to take bad trades because I'm not really looking at the market for what it is. I'm kind of just more, worried about trying to get a few points, right? Because I was down 60. I was like, yo, if I get in here, I can, we're definitely going to take out this low because I was anticipating, right, this low to get taken before going higher since we failed this. So it made sense. We got this inverse on the 32nd. Again, right, just going over what I did. Not saying this was a good trade or anything, but obviously not a good trade. Lost there instantly and was like, oh my gosh, what the heck. Came up, and then we got this 30-second inverse to the downside again, got back in, lost again. And between these 2 trades, I lost about 200. So I was down 260. And that's frustrating. It was frustrating. It's super annoying because, I look back, I've had a lot of small days, break-even days, and it took me I had 9 days total that added up to about $300 positive. So to lose 260 just kind of in really bad conditions was really frustrating. And my first impulse was to just, why even try? Why care? Whatever, just revenge straight back with full contracts, right? That was my idea. My idea was just going with a full contract, a few full contracts, make it back, either, just max leverage, try and make it back, try and make a few points, make my money back, and go on my day. And that's very disappointing that that's still a thought, even, right? The fact that that's still even a thought, I was really upset after losing like that. And I'm disappointed that that was even a consideration. I'm glad that I didn't go through with it, but I'm disappointed that it was even still a consideration in my mind, because there's just no reason for that, right? There's just no reason for that. Then I decided, I was able to finally get myself to just be like, okay, look, we haven't taken this high out. This is a good target, right? I want to see this low get taken. And I recognized, I should recognize earlier, but I recognized this is bad. This is chop. There's nothing going to happen here. This is just to torture people that are trading. And I've been caught up in these types of days before where you just sweep a high, sweep a low, fail to sweep highs. This is just a mess, right? And this is designed to kill traders, right? It's designed to kill people because in this conditions here, nobody's winning. Not a single person can win a trade in this. I don't care who you are. If you did, you got lucky. In this spot, you're just getting lucky. There's literally nothing you can do to accurately trade here. So this is just designed to kill both people. You go long, go short, you're losing regardless. We end up running this low, which is nice because a lot of people probably had their stops that were long in. They thought this was some support. They had their stop under here. And this is where I was, okay, cool. I was going to go in and just gamble back, but then I was like, I'm just going to wait. At this point, it was like around here that I made a decision to just wait for something good and see if I can make it back better than how I was going to. And I'm going to close my account for the day. There we go. So then when I saw this, right, I saw this candle come down. I was like, cool, this is going to be great. We made the 1 minute inverse, or the 1 minute fair value gap, and that's what I was looking to inverse on. We did spend a lot of time coming down, so I was thinking, wow, we're just going to sell off the rest of the day. This is going to be annoying. But fortunately, we had a nice, little reversal here. Did we have an SMT at that low? We did not have an SMT at this low. But then we start pumping up, and we had a 3 minute gap. It's clear, one gap. We had a 2 minute gap. That was a lot nice. And then we had a 1 minute gap. The 1 minute gap was one I ended up entering off of. And that was right here. I ended up entering there long. I think it filled me like here. And I didn't really know where I wanted to put my stop. I left my stop under this fair value gap, I believe. I'll just pull up the execution right now, actually. Might as well. And then we definitely could have done better with the take profits. Obviously, I'll go over that. But being down and not being able to think too clearly, it just becomes, you're focused on, you want to get back to even. So then when you're in a trade, this trade would have hit full take profit, and I got on 5 micros. It's been $600 trade. I mean, that would be fantastic, right? That would have made us 300 on the day. And that's just the difference of mentally, do I sit there and hold my trade, right? And maybe if I just did this, right, I could have scaled here for sure. Scaled at this high, maybe took off 3 of them. All right, let's do the math on this. So 27 points, calculator. So 27 points, we could have taken 3 off, times 3 equals times 2. So we would have made 162, and then we would have had 63 points on 2 of them, plus 63, plus 63, plus 63, plus 63, right? It's 2 per point, so 63 times 2, we would have made $414 minus the 270 we were down. And we would have made 144 today, just doing it that way, right? That's profit. Or we could have taken off 2 here, and then 3 off of this high. So 63 times 6 plus 27, that's, let's just say 30, plus 60, plus 120. Just as a rough estimate. We would have made 500 there, 270. And again, this is just kind of what I need to look at and say, look, if I could get myself to be comfortable just being down in a day, because whenever I'm down trading and I go and I take a position, it's hard for me to just scale some here, and then right when I scaled here, if I scaled 2 only, I was still down like 100 something. So it's like, it still messes with your mind to say, okay, now I'm going to leave my stop at break even. because it's like, okay, what if, we don't get up there? And then I was, it could have been even on the day, and then it comes down and breaks me at a loss. So that's something that I need to continuously get better at, but happy with how I managed to not just go in and gamble back, right? This is a way better way to make my money back. The first 3 trades. The first trade was right? It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. The next 2 trades were completely just lack of clear thinking. And then I was able to really sit there and reason with myself and say, look, I'm not going to keep making it worse. I'm going to wait for something good, and we're going to commit to it. And we got rewarded for it. So I'll pull up the execution of the winning trade. Let's find it. Here we go. All right, so this is the trade we took. And again, I'm very happy with how I managed the rest of the day. Because it could have been very easy jumping with a few full contracts during this chop, and then boom, the account's gone, and we're making a much different video than just talking about earlier mistakes. So we got in, risking 200, and again, right, we just held to that data high. We know it gets hit in hindsight, and that would have been $600, which would be very nice, which would be very, very nice indeed. And we originally just had 2 there, so if we just took 2 off there, and let things go after that, right? Let's see, let's speed through here. Held my stop good. And if I would have gone break even early here, it would have messed me up because it would stop me at break even, which is a good decision. And then we hit the break even point. I don't move my stop yet because I want to see a follow through there. And then we get the follow through. So then this one I felt comfortable moving to break even, especially when we were inversing this. And then we get our take profit here, which was really, really nice. And then we can actually see the real number. When it takes us out there, we were down 160. So I could have left my stop where it was, $27 in profit. So I would be guaranteed to lose like 140, 130 and let it run. And then I would have made another 376, which would be another 200. So I could have profited easily 200 on the day. But instead I didn't. And that's definitely a mistake, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it for myself and try and make excuses. I was trading my P&L there and trying to just make it back to where it was. So I could have definitely missed out on a lot there. For sure, missed a lot there. We left our stop then at this spot here to get another one off, which isn't bad, right? I think scaling 2 or 3 here isn't really the end of the world. I just think leaving my runner to the high should have been the plan, because when this thing comes through, let's see how much we're down on the day. Should be a little bit less, obviously a little bit less. I ended up just taking off there, which is, why, I don't know. But basically in my mind said, okay, I'm gonna scale 3 there. So now we're down 100. So we leave our stop at 18 in profit. So we could be guaranteed down, like 88, which is what I should have done, and just let it go, because then we still would have made 215. So we still made 150 profit. But again, it's always easy to look back in hindsight and say, I could have done this, this, and this. But when you're live time, and especially after coming off some losses, it's kind of hard to focus right, And yeah, so disappointed a little bit. And even here, if I just didn't take another profit, I could have tried to get the $100 on the 1 micro and leave the runner to this high and have a break-even day, but then I end up just taking the profit there, and then just trail my stop to where I would be break-even. So unfortunate to say the least, right? Unfortunate for sure. Or not unfortunate, right? That is my doing, but definitely something I can get better at, right? I do believe that if this was my first trade of the day, I would have scaled way differently, because I wouldn't be down. So I probably would have taken 3 off here, maybe even 4, but I definitely would have tried my best to hold at least one thing to the data high, which would be improvement. But since I was down, I wasn't very confident in myself to do that, right? Which is all right, right? We're going to get there. But yeah, that's what the main point of the video today was, is just kind of this improvement, right? I could easily crash out and try to trade full contracts. If we look here, I'll show you guys. This is the NQ, right? There's no executions on the full contracts. We were down. We didn't have a single attempt on the full. We just put the executions on. So that's improvement, honestly, because I didn't over leverage to make it back, and I waited. So it's okay. You'll make mistakes. You'll take bad trades. You get caught up in chop sometimes. But then it's how do you respond, right? It's how do I respond? Okay, I took bad trades. What am I gonna do about it? Am I gonna just, give up, or am I gonna try and do the right thing? So if we actually dissect this move up, it was actually pretty clean, right? We got the inversion here. This was a breakaway gap. We actually never ended up getting to it. This failure to get in there is pretty nice. And then we inverse this gap here, right, which is this here, which we had a lot of resistance from, right? We couldn't even close the body be above CE. Then when we get above it, we use it as support to trade higher, and we actually use the CE. We don't even close above it again. Go up, go higher, and then we get this last inverse to the upside that ends up holding strong. I'm curious if it holds forever, but ends up holding, right? It would have been really slow, and then got up, finally made the push to the data high. We had these relative equal highs here, which was the first push. We actually ended up holding this fair value gap as well right here. Yeah, right here we actually had that fair value gap as well, the 1 minute. So really, really clean price delivery if we're just looking at it for what it is. So a lot to learn from there. But good day overall. Price delivery wasn't the best price action. I think price action was a little bit mid besides this. But just know that these are the times in the market that are meant to just kill traders. I mean, this is the first 30 minutes off open. Everyone's getting destroyed. This is the market max pain, right? This is just max pain. This should have been my only trade of the day, and I should have made anywhere from 3 to 400, 3 to 500 on this minimum. Even if it was the first trade, I took everything off at this high, I would have made $300. So should have been my first trade. Should have had a lot different day today. Should be a lot closer. We would be within 500 past the account, but we're not going to complain about that and worry about that, because you start worrying about that, and then you worry about the wrong things rather than just taking good setups. So yeah, disappointing day, but not the end of the world. Yeah, frustrating, man. It is frustrating. I'm frustrated that I still had that initial reaction to even think about gambling it back. Obviously, I'm just very happy I didn't, but it's frustrating. That's still like a thought that comes through my head when it's like, I should just do this real quick. I should just make the money back. So it's disappointing that that's still even a possibility in my mind. But again, not acting on it's big. And we're getting better each and every day. So, it is what it is. I know this is going to take some time. And yeah, right, that's what it is. So this is the 4-hour chart. Kind of just want to show this real quick. We did trade into the new week gap. We're holding this pretty nice. Right here, this order block, I think it's a daily order block right here, because we closed above after delivering from the fair value gap. So this is actually a pretty key area. We also pull into the 1-hour gap. If we look here, it's right in discount of this move up, which is cool. And let's see on the 15-minute, nothing too obvious. We swept yesterday. It's kind of where we got real price action yesterday. We swept that. Did we have an SMT at the? No, we didn't. We did not. But very, very clean. ES actually ended up being very clean as well. Right here, this 5-minute inversion would have paid well. You get in here, like 4-point stop, and then you hit take profit 12 points. So clean day overall. Clean day. This 5-minute was also an area that you could enter. I wouldn't love entering here, but notice this close above. You don't really have that much room to the upside. The RR is bad, so that was just extra confirmation that we're going higher. Right now, I think we're drawing into this 5-minute gap right here that we hadn't filled yet. I don't think we're really that bullish. I think the data high just had to be taken, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing now. We retrace to that order block right here. And yeah, now rest of the day, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. I mean, I have to lock my account, but just paper trading, not really sure where I expect price to go. Think it's going to be a pretty choppy range-bound day. I don't really think we're going to leave too much around here, but that's just my opinion. Appreciate all you guys for watching the videos. Yeah, interesting day to say the least, but still proud of my improvement, right? I think I've been finding good trades. Yes, I got caught up in some bad ones early, but been finding good trades and getting better. And even on our bad days, like I would consider today a bad day, right? Bad days still are better than our old bad days, so that's good. right? That's all you can hope for. So I appreciate all the support. I appreciate you guys always leaving nice comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys Friday. Hope we end out this week great. Kill Friday and come back and, get after it. So hopefully you guys had a good day. Let me know what you guys took today. Let me know if you guys got caught up in this like me or if you were better than that. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.